there. Did you need a follow-up appointment today? Okay, yep, I'll take that paperwork from you. Okay, so it looks like you saw Dr. Smith today, is that correct? Okay, yeah, he's really good. He's one of our best providers, especially. So it looks like he has got you slated to come in for surgery with us. And is that something that you would like to go over now, or would you like me to call you at a later time to talk about this? Okay, you want to go over that now? That's perfect. There is a fair amount that I'll go over with you, so it does help to do that in person. So are you looking to, in terms of the date, would you like to look at his next available date, or do you have kind of a week in mind coming up that might work best for you? Okay, sometime in June works best. Let me see what he's got available in June. So our providers only have certain days that they're in the ORs. So I'm just going to take a quick look and see what he has available. So it looks like he has June 15th available and June 21st available, if either of those dates would work for you. Okay, the 15th works best. Okay, let me just take a quick look here. So I will write down June 15th. Let me see if he has any other cases that day, so I can give you an idea of what time you would need to arrive for that procedure and what time the procedure would start. Okay, so it looks like he has one case that day, which would be his first case, so you would be our second case of the day. That would be starting at 10 o'clock in the morning. So a little early, but not too early. Our first cases here start at 7:30 on the dot, so especially if folks are coming from out of state, that's a really early morning. So we've got you penciled in for 10 o'clock there. What you would want to do is arrive 2 hours early. You'll need to check in with our registration department that's on our 3rd floor, which is the lobby level. I believe, did you come in at the parking garage today? Okay, yep, so if you took the elevators up to the 3rd floor, then you passed them on the way to the office. Yep, so what you will want to do is arrive 2 hours early, so that would be an 8 o'clock check-in. And what you'll do there is you'll just check in, they will gather your information, they will print off a wristband for you there, as well as give you your paperwork to bring in to the surgical waiting area. And from there, you'll be headed to pre-op. So you will check in at 8 o'clock on the 15th. Now, I do have to go over some information in terms of fasting instructions. So that midnight before the procedure, you want to stop all foods at that point. So you can have food all the way up to midnight on the 14th, which would be the night before the 15th. And then up until 3 hours before the procedure, so 7 o'clock in the morning, you can have non-fat clear liquids. So you can have water, clear juice, you can have Gatorade or Powerade, and you can have black coffee or tea. As long as it doesn't have any like creamer in it, then that would be fine. Unfortunately, if you did have food or something that wasn't that non-fatty clear liquid, outside of those timelines, we wouldn't be able to go through with surgery because it wouldn't be safe. But yep, so stop food at midnight. You can have those clear liquids up until 7 o'clock in the morning. And what we will need going forward is we do need a history and physical that's within 30 days of the procedure. So if you had one done, like, let's see, today is today is the 15th. So if you were to go this afternoon and get one done, that would be fine. So pretty much any time between now and the procedure, you can have a physical done with your primary care provider. I will have a sheet that I will give you that will just have all the information they need to give us, as well as our fax number. Then they'll send that right over to us. We'll need that before the procedure. That just makes sure that you're cleared with our anesthesia team to have the procedure done. We just want to make sure it's safe for you. And let's see, you will also need, this procedure is a same day recovery. So you will be able to go home the same day that you have the procedure done. So you won't be an inpatient, you won't have to stay overnight or anything like that. So you will need a ride. And unfortunately, we don't allow patients to do like Uber or Lyft or take the bus home or anything. We do ask that you have either a ride service, I can give you a list of those, or if you have a family member or friend that can pick you up after the procedure. So you will need a ride home. Okay, so you've got your roommate can pick you up? Okay, that's perfect. Yep, we just want to make sure, some folks are like, I think I could drive myself, but you never know how that anesthesia is going to affect you, and we just want to make sure that everybody stays safe. So, and do you have any questions at this point? I can go over anything you need. If you need me to repeat anything, I know this is a ton of information I'm throwing at you. About recovery. Okay, so after the procedure, you'll be brought to our post-anesthesia care unit. That's the PACU unit that you might have heard about before. And there it usually takes folks somewhere between 45 minutes to an hour and a half to start waking up and coming to and feeling like themselves again. Now some folks, it really varies from person to person. Some folks, 30, 45 minutes, they're up and awake. They're ready to walk around, they're feeling good, they're ready to eat some food at that point. Other folks take that whole hour to hour and a half. Some folks wake up a little nauseous, a little dizzy, a little disoriented. Some folks wake up and are immediately like, I'm exhausted, I want to take a nap before I leave. Completely fine. We're just going to keep you with our recovery team until you're able to have some liquids and use the restroom. And once you're able to do that and you're feeling good, then we'll allow you to leave with your ride. So I would plan on, if you're timing that ride out, let's see, 10 o'clock start time. Let me see how much time they booked for the procedure. Now this is just an estimate. Sometimes there's some delays if the procedure before you runs a little slow or anything like that. But let's just see if we can get that ballpark. That way you can have a time frame to give your ride. So it looks like the procedure's booked for an hour and a half. So it would be 90 minutes. So if it starts at 10, it's slated to end at 11:30. Now they usually do book a little extra OR time just in case they need it or something's running a little slow. So that's a pretty fair estimate there, is an 11:30 end time. And if we give you the high end of the recovery time, which is about an hour and a half itself, another 90 minutes. So we'd be looking at about 1 o'clock they should expect that they would want to pick you up. We do have a really lovely surgical waiting area that they could wait in, where what we would do is we'd take down their phone number and we could give them a pager. And then when it's time, when you're feeling good and ready to rock and roll in recovery, you can either give them a call or we'll page them, let them know you're ready to head out, then they can visit with you and help you on your way out if that would be something they'd be interested in. We do usually recommend that folks stick around, but if they have something they need to do in the meantime, we can just give them a call, okay? Okay, yeah, that would be awesome if you let them know those are some options. Okay. Okay, so we got that down. So, and what we also want to do is, the week before your procedure, you'll be getting a call from our pre-anesthesia team. They're going to just go over medications and things with you, go over some information about what to expect on that day from the standpoint of the pre-operative anesthesia team. And let's schedule that phone call. So we want to do that week before. And is there a time of day that works best for you to take a phone call? A phone call lasts about 40 minutes or so. So it's a little bit lengthy. Okay, early mornings work for you? Okay. So would you be able to do maybe an 8:30 phone call? Let's see. Would you be able to do an 8:30 phone call on the 8th? Would that work for you? Okay, maybe a little later. That's completely fine. I understand. Don't want to sleep through it or anything. Let's see. Would you be able to do a 10 a.m. phone call on that day? Okay, 10 a.m. works well. Okay, so I will put you in for on June 9th. They'll be giving you a call around 10 a.m. Let me just make sure this is the best number for you. So is the 315-716-4323 number the best number for you? Okay, that's your cell number. Does that one the most reliable that they could reach out to you at? Okay, I'll put a note into them. Make sure that they call you at that number. They'll also, in that pre-anesthesia phone call, just go over some basic information, make sure they've got the right address for you, most current address, most current contact information, up to date with what medications you're taking and things. So just some basic review with them, nothing too crazy. And then we'll take a quick look again at that paperwork Dr. Smith gave us here. Okay, so it looks like he wants you to follow up for a post-operative appointment at the end of the month of June. He said about a 2-week follow-up for that. So, do you have, let's see, do you have a preference for time of day for that post-operative appointment? And I can look at some dates for you. Okay, afternoons work best. Let me see what we've got here. Thanks for your patience with all of these dates and times, and I'm writing them all down. That way you don't have to commit them to memory or anything like that. Okay, so on the 28th, it looks like he's got some afternoon availability. Would a 3:30 in the afternoon appointment work for that post-operative appointment on the 28th? Okay, that'll work well for you. Excellent. Let me put that in. Just get this all scheduled for you all in one go. That way you don't have to worry about it. Okay, so we've got that scheduled for the 28th at 3:30. Okay. So, got all that in. So, here's all this information for you. That way you can have that to put in your calendar just for reference and things. I did include the date that we would recommend having your primary care send that H&P, that history and physical to us. That way we make sure we have it. We send it down to the preoperative team so that they've got that all in the books, all checked out. And so what we will need going forward, you'll just need to get that done. you'll be receiving another packet in the mail with all the information I discussed. And also what I will be doing is calling you the afternoon before the procedure. So on the 14th, just to re-go over the time of the procedure, check-in time, fasting instructions, all of that. And you will be seeing Dr. Smith in pre-op before the procedure. So if you have any questions same day that you want to go over with him, you can ask those questions right in pre-op, or always feel free to call the office. I put our number is on the bottom of that paper there. So if you got any questions in the meantime, or just want to double check, or if you need to reschedule either that pre-anesthesia telephone call or that pre-op or the post-op appointment, just give us a call and I can get that rescheduled for you, okay? Okay, excellent. Have a great day. Be safe driving out there. It sounds like the rain's really picking up. Okay, yep, goodbye.